Hi, I will explain how to use the CPR Assistant app on smartwatches running Wear OS. Let's get started. During the first launch, the app may lag a bit because the watch needs to load some extra data in the background. On subsequent launches, the application won't need to load anything and will work without any lag. On the first launch, the basic CPR screen will appear. In this mode, only the metronome for chest compressions and pauses for breaths in a 30:2 ratio will be active. To switch to Advanced Life Support mode, press the Advanced CPR button. Almost all buttons, including this one, are protected from accidental presses. To activate them, use a long press. After switching to Advanced CPR, you need to select the age group of your patient. 3 options are available: adult, child under 8 years old, and newborn. The age selection buttons can be activated with a short press. Let's start with the adult algorithm. Several timers and buttons appear on the screen. The buttons change their color from green to red depending on the criticality of the event. The metronome will continue to operate in a 30:2 ratio. After the first minute, there will be no voice messages for 2 breaths. However, the last 5 beats of the metronome will sound in different tone to indicate when the rescuer should prepare for the breathing pause. The first button, named CPR, is the main timer. This timer shows how much time has passed since the start of the advanced algorithm. If you press this button, the metronome will switch to silent mode, but all voice messages will remain active. The next button, epinephrine. After administering epinephrine or adrenaline, press this button to start a second timer. 2 minutes after pressing this button, the app will suggest preparing a new syringe with adrenaline, and after 3 minutes, it will remind you to administer it. If the button is not pressed within 3 minutes, the application will remind you to administer adrenaline at the 4th and 5th minutes. Under this button is the defibrillation button with a press counter. It will start the second timer and take over the rhythm assessment timer. After 1.5 minutes, the application will notify you to prepare for heart rhythm assessment and charge the defibrillator for the next shock. After 2 minutes, it will remind you about rhythm assessment and performing defibrillation if necessary. The next button is Advanced Airways. If the airways have been successfully secured, press this button. The metronome will switch to continuous operation mode without pauses, and the airway button will disappear from the screen. The last button, Stop Resuscitation, will stop the algorithm and take you to the log screen. Here all your actions are recorded, specifically the button presses. Some entries will need to be filled out manually, such as the size of the ETT or the outcome of the CPR. It's important to remember that records of performed procedures are saved in the history only if the Stop Resuscitation button is pressed. Let's return to the Start screen. If you swipe left from the main screen, you will first access the history of CPRs. If you tap on one, you will see the full log. You can close it by swiping to the right. By long pressing on the log, you can delete it from the watch. At the bottom of the History tab, there is a button for synchronizing records with your phone. To activate this button, you need to use a long press. After that, all history will be copied to CPR Assistant app history on your phone. If you swipe left once more, the settings screen will be opened. The first line is about the app. To open the links from this section, you need to launch the CPR Assistant app on the phone connected to the watch, as all links will be opened on the phone from the app. New and interesting will open the YouTube channel ПроСМП. Instructions will open this video. Rate the app opens the apps page in the Play Store. And the last button, Buy Me a Coffee, will take you to a website where you can make a donation. The app is free and does not contain any built-in ads or premium features. However, as we know, if something is free, it means someone has already paid for it. A lot of time, effort, and of course money has been spent on the development and creation of the app. If you think the app is useful and necessary, please press this button and make a donation. Let's return to the settings screen. The next setting is Launch App. By clicking on it, you can change the start mode from basic to advanced life support. Next is the volume setting for the metronome and voice messages. Then there is setting for the duration of pauses for breaths. The pause duration can be adjusted from 5 to 10 seconds. The last setting, button size, changes the size of buttons and labels in advanced life support mode. I strongly recommend testing the app's functionality on your device before it is needed for work. This will help you familiarize yourself with the app, adjust it to your preferences, and avoid any unpleasant situation during actual use. Did you like the app? Feel free to give it 5 stars, write a review on the Play Store, and share the link with your friends. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. As I mentioned, in the description below the video, you will find a link to download the app. Have a good day. Bye.